Hello, good morning friends. Myself Brijesh Mahendra Bhai Patel, and today I am discuss computer-aided design subject, and the topic is my finite element method. And so, finite element analysis is basically used in wide space in aeronautical industry and mechanical industry, then computer industry, and these are the lots of main core field in which the finite element method is used for the stress and stress analysis, for the modeling technique. Then before we discussing finite element method, we will understand what is finite element analysis. And the finite element analysis is a numerical method for solving problems of engineering and mathematical physics, useful for problem with complicated geometrics, loadings, and material properties where analytical solution cannot be obtained. And we will discuss next for the purpose of FEA, why the FEA is used in the engineering field. So these are the two basic techniques. One is the analytical solution and another is the graphical solution. So now we will discuss what is analytical solution. Stress analysis for the truss, beams, and other simple structures are carried out based on dramatic simplification and idealization. Then based on which the mass concentrated at the center of gravity, then beam simplified as a line segment as the same cross section area. Then next, the design is based on the calculation results of the idealized structure and a large factor of safety we can consider as a 1.5 to 3 given by the experience. Then if we consider as a factor of safety is 1, then you can assume that the as per our parameter, our factor of safety is 1. It means 100% design is satisfied. Then if we will take some higher in engineering applications, then FEA is a design geometry is a more complex and the accuracy required is a lot higher, as we need to understand the physical behavior of a complex object like strength, heat transfer, capability, fluid flow, etc., where the FEA is used to predict the performance and behavior of the design, to calculate the safety margins, and to identify the weakness of the design accurately. And another one is to identify the optimal design with a confidence. It means it creates a more number of results and more number of accuracy in FEA. Then we will discuss brief history of the finite element analysis. Then, as we discussed before, one is the grow out of aerospace industries, then post-welded jets and missile space flights, then no need for lightweight structure, need for the lightweight structures, then required accurate stress analysis in mechanical engineering application and another engineering application. Then parallel growth of computers are required in FEA. Then we will discuss in common FEA application in which are the basic fields and which are the fields where the FEA is generally applicable. Then one is the basic field is mechanical, then aerospace, then civil, automotive, and automotive engineering. Then another is the structural or stress analysis, which is based on the civil and mechanical engineering application, that is statics and dynamics application, then linear and non-linear application. Then fluid flow analysis, in which you can measure with the pipe and long tunnel applications. Then heat transfer, then electromagnetic fields, then soil mechanics, then acoustics and biomechanics, which are the fields where the API is generally applicable. Now we will discuss why and which way you can use API as a discretized model. Then if we assume as a one component as a simple actual system model, then we will next discretize the shape into small finite number of elements and assume with the element with a number of node. Then we will decide how many nodes are getting in the complex structure. Then these are the two basic techniques. One is the complex object and another is the simple analysis techniques. In the complex objects, material discontinuity and complex and arbitrary geometry are applicable. Now we will discuss before the real world application. It means you can assume as a simple actual system, then you can divide into physical model, then you can divide into mathematical model, and last one is the your discretized model will be prepared. Then we will discuss what is discretization. Discretization means you can divide into small number of element or actual element into small finite element. Then model a body by dividing into an equivalent system of many smaller bodies or units, or you can say finite element. If we know that the heading of this chapter is finite element analysis, then you can assume that what is discretization, right? It means finite. You have the actual system and you can divide into small number of finite element for getting the actual results, and interconnected at the points common two or more elements, nodes and nodal points you can say, or a boundary lines or a surfaces. Then after dividing each of the element and the node, we can say that if we taking an example like a IC engine and connecting road, right? So connecting road, one is the one dimensional element, there is spring, truss, beam, pipes, etc. are the basic one dimensional elements. Then another one is the, if you cannot consider as a, if the one element has a two nodes, it may be two or more, then three or more. Likewise, then in the two dimensional element, membrane, plates, cell, etc. Are the two dimensional elements. Then another one is the, if you taking a hexagonal shape, then that you can get the three dimensional element like the temperature, displacement, stress, flow, velocity, etc. It are the basic. Then what is the feature of, to obtain a set of algebraic equation, you can get the number of equation and number of unknown. Then you have to solve with the by taking some small amount of assumption, then the some amount of small basic equation like stress, strain. Okay, so obtain a set of algebraic equation to solve the unknown. Then the first nodal quantity, displacement are the basic requirement. Then secondary quantities like stress and strains are expressed in terms of the nodal value of primary equations, right? So here we have one object, and you can divide this object into three small element. Likewise, so one is the green, then another one is the saffron color, then another one is the blue color. These are the three basic elements we have divided in the first object, right? Then here we places one small round circle, that is the node. So you can see that suppose green color triangle consists of a three node, right? Then another one is the saffron color triangle, has a three nodes. Then another one is the blue color, consists three nodes, in which the displacement can be taken and stress value can be calculated by a simple technique, by simple some geometric applications. Likewise, if you place this model into a solid modeling and some Creo software, you can take some structural based application. Likewise, you can show here, you can see here. Then FEA 2D techniques, there are the no any harmful for any other engineering application. If you have seen in the 3D model, then which are based on the quarter knuckle joint and etc. the parameter, then if you see in it in the red color zone, then it is very difficult to taken some major values, and you can some and you can take some satisfactory value to minimize the failure, right? Then what are the advantages of this techniques? Then one is the irregular boundaries, then general loads, different materials, then boundary conditions, then variable element size, then easy modification, then dynamics, then non-linear problem like in geometric and or material. So we will discuss principles of FEA. The finite element method or finite element analysis is a computational technique used to obtain approximate solution of boundary value problems in engineering. So next, boundary value problems are also called field problems. The field is the domain of interest and most often represented as physical structures. Then the field variable are the dependent variable of the interest governed by the differential equation. Then the boundary condition are the specified value of the field variable or related variables such as the derivatives on the boundary fields. So here you can show you can see that the three circle spaces are there, and in the A figure you can say that the point P coordinate axes are x and y. Then another one is a figure B, and the coordinate triangle coordinate adds 1, 2 and 3, and another C type circle. You can see that the one is the some pyramid type shape which are on the point load calculation. So for simplicity at this point, we can assume that two-dimensional cases with a single field variable sum as x and y parameter is to be determined at every point P and xy, such that a known governing equation is satisfied exactly at every such points. So Pxy is another way to calculate 1, 2 and 3. Then the C type circle, a finite element is not a differential element of size x and y at the differentiative. A node is a specific point in the finite element at which the value of the field variable is to be explicitly calculated. Then we will discuss what is shape function. Each and every point or element and a node have some shape function. An element shown in the shape function we can calculate at the center of the vertical line, and it has a two coordinate which as based on the x and y. If we plot a graph in x and y coordinate, then you can take some measurements, right? We can say that some inclined line in x and y coordinate, then point we can given 2 points 1 and 2. Then in the x coordinate we can take that at point 1, that is x and y. We can say that x1 y1, and another point 2 at the inclined shape we can take at x coordinate, that is x2 y2, and same way in another way, another side we at coordinate y or y coordinate measurement, therefore x1 dash y1 dash and x2 dash y2 dash, right. So the value of the field variable computed at the nodes are used to approximate the value at nodal points. It is an element interior and interpolation of the node value. For the 3 node triangle example, the field variable is described by the approximate relations. Suppose x and y we can take, then the n1 x1 y, then adds the coordinate phi 1 plus n2 and n3 respectively. So here you can see that x phi 1 phi 2 phi 3 are the value of the field variable at the node, and n2 n3 n3 are the interpolation function, also known as shape function or blending function. In the finite element approach, the nodal value of the field variable are treated as unknown the constants that are to be determined. The interpolation function are the most often polynomial forms of the independent variables, such as derived to satisfy certain required condition at the nodes. The interpolation function are predetermined known function of the independent variable, and these functions describe the variation of the field variable within the finite element. So today we will conclude our topic and we will meet on next lecture.